wish me luck. What happened to wishing a nigga luck? I can clearly peep a snake through these cardiac buffs. I was that nigga in the cut that they had thought wouldn't be nothing. Just wanted to play in the streets, had forced my hand, I had to do something. BGE, but we move around like the Black Mafia family. I can't have snitches in my circle, got real murders around me. These trends just kick shit in my trap, break down and break the chun-li. I put my quota in some baggage, get arrested, auntie.
This is the Rednt podcast. How we feeling today, T?
We're doing good, brother. We're doing good today.
Hell yeah. What's going on, everybody? Hope you like the coming back episode. Hope y'all doing well. Make sure everything's set. Yeah, we getting it.
Hey, don't that motherfucking song just hit there, Frank?
Dude, bitch, you can wish me luck.
Bitch, you can wish me
Oh
luck.
my God, man. Yeah.
Trying to move that weight. Bitch,
Dog,
you can wish me luck.
That's my ringtone on my phone. That's how this podcast got me feeling, dog. It's fucking, bitch, you can wish me luck.
Yeah, I love that motherfucking song.
Oh my God, man. It just gets too fucking good. If y'all ain't seen BMF from the last episode, y'all need to get on it and be about it.
Yeah. So something I just want to start this podcast out with. We've been doing the read along with Rednt and kind of what we've been reading, and something I just kind of had question for is, what are our listeners reading? You know, that's kind of what I want to share. You know, we're over here sharing what we're reading. What are our listeners reading? What's some of our listeners' favorite books that they've ever read, or what's one series that they just cannot put down? Are you a Twilight gal or Twilight gentleman reading where nobody knows? But yeah,
I don't think they're going to let us know if they is.
that was just kind of one of my questions, that we have Rednt share time with our stories, and we'd like to share with our audience, you know, kind of open our library and maybe, you know, do a little read along, or, you know, share each other's books. I think would be pretty cool.
Yeah, fucking send us in, comment, share with us. Let us know what you listening to.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And today I'm going to be smoking on the El Mago.
The El Mago.
Yeah. And you know I have to have it with some of that Creekwater whiskey and some Berserker VTAC Black Rifle coffee.
Yes, sir. And shout out to the woman at the liquor store for keeping that creek water coming in. We appreciate that.
If y'all trying to fucking get some creek water, there's a place in Utah. I ain't going to tell you where it is, because then you know where I live. But you can figure that shit out.
Yeah, so I guess one topic on hand, maybe I'll get your opinion and kind of what you think, or just, I guess it's a hot topic right now, but the Cali wildfires. How freaking crazy is that, man?
That is some crazy shit, man. And I'm seeing a bunch of shit back and forth from, like, conspiracy theorists are like, oh, it's kind of strange that 3 fires sprouted up at the same time and shit. But what people don't realize, kind of like what I was just telling the kids, you know, a big thing with fires is adding oxygen.
Yeah.
Fires need oxygen to spread.
Yeah.
And when you get those winds that they've been having, when me and John were watching those videos, dude, you could see the fucking trees. The trees are blowing sideways and shit. Like, it was a windy son of a bitch out there, and that's why that shit spreads so fast.
Yeah.
And the big thing going on right now is the fire department and all that shit, their budgets got cut.
Yeah, which is really sad at the end of the day, because I feel like as taxpayers, you know, that's kind of something that we help contribute towards. And I feel like me personally, that's something that I don't mind donating towards. I don't mind donating a couple extra dollars or $10 to make sure those things are top notch. And, you know, fire department should always be somebody we can count on, and just tons of training, you know, like those are superheroes to us.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, that was just crazy, everything going on. And there's like fire hydrants that don't have water in it. There's people like packing like ceramic grocery bags like to the fire, which is just, it's crazy. It's insane. But I just thought that was a topic going on. And
yeah, and that's a crazy one too right now, man, is like a big thing they were saying is like, hey, don't use your sprinkler hose to fight the fire, like save the water for the firemen and shit. But when you think about it, with all the shit going on in California, their insurance company's gonna fuck them.
Yeah.
What happened last year? You heard a bunch of stories of people's houses getting burnt down, fucking $500,000 houses, and the insurance company gives them $20,000.
Yeah.
And then I think, like, my house and shit, dog. If I lost this fucking house, well, I still gotta pay off my mortgage, and now I ain't got no place to rest my head.
Yeah.
At least right now, when I pay my mortgage, yeah, I gotta pay on that shit, but I got somewhere to rest my head. If you gotta pay a mortgage and you can't live there, and you have to rebuild, dog, it cost me $20,000 to renovate this fucking house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Redo all the plumbing, the walls, the floors, all that shit. And we were getting a bunch of fucking discounts and shit, like all the toilets and the bathtubs and all that shit. We got great fucking deals on that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the unfortunate part. I think we see, like, what's her name? Not Pamela Anderson, but the one girl that always had the twin with her. We see their houses burnt down, and it's unfortunate, but I think they have enough money that they have 2 or 3 houses, and it is unfortunate, but the people that's everything, you know, that's their life. There is no other house. Their cars are burnt down. I think that's really unfortunate for those people. Yeah. And right before the Eagles and Rams game, the Eagles actually just raised, I think, like $50,000. Eagles fans for the wildfires.
No
so
shit.
I thought that was pretty cool of Eagles fans.
Yeah, shout out to the Eagles, man.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Except for their fans are a little, I don't know. Shit. Well, shit, man. We actually got, I sent out a thing on Snapchat, if you follow us on Snapchat, Instagram, and shit. And I got a question. And this is from good friend Haley. Hey, Bug. What's going on, girl? All right. What outcome do you want with your podcast? Where do you hope it will go?
You want to go first, or you want me?
Yeah, mine's simple and easy. Fucking world domination. We coming for everybody. We want to make the most money, have the most views. We want people to tune in to figure out what's going on. And even if we don't get that big, I just want to get rid of my motherfucking 9-to-9 job.
Yeah.
I want to be able to pay for my fucking living off the shit we're doing right here and expand that shit into multiple different avenues of what we could be working on.
Yeah, selfishly, I'm looking at BMF big. I want billboards that say Rednt. I want fucking Rednt chains.
Mm-hmm.
I want Cadillacs outside that say Rednt.
Yeah.
Like you said, world domination. We're taking over the world one podcast at a time. But I also want to enjoy the experience with family and friends we're about to take. We're going to be doing a lot of video vlogging of through the summer of things we're going to be doing. So I look forward to that, spending time with family. Rednt growing even closer than we already are.
Oh yeah, and just doing new experiences. I've lived in Utah pretty much my entire life. I've never snowboarded. I've never skied. I'm excited to fucking get some fucking content out of that. We're gonna have T swinging an axe to make some firewood at my place. Like, we're gonna be doing a bunch of other shit. I even got fucking T rocking a fucking knife nowadays, so who knows?
Yeah.
Motherfucker might come out with his own EDC one of these days. EDC video coming soon from us.
Yeah.
Shit, you even rocking that knife today?
No, it's in my work truck today.
I caught you lacking,
My work
dog.
truck today.
I caught you lacking.
So,
Shit.
any more questions or?
I got a bunch. If you want to flip flop on some questions, you got any other topics?
So I guess back to it brings me up to one of my questions I had. I guess talk about Utah, things around us, things we could do. You kind of elaborated on, like, we're gonna go snowboarding. I live 10 minutes from Bradaville Falls, which is a waterfall, one of the most beautiful hikes ever. I live right between two beautiful lakes, Jordanelle and Deer Creek.
And we got Starvation and Strawberry out here.
Yeah, if you drive 5 hours from us, it's desert. We kind of live in the mountainside. We also live, it's a couple hours from us, but we live by the Four Corners, where the four, I think it's Utah, New Mexico, Arizona, and Colorado. I think they all connect. It's the only place in America where you can go somewhere like that. But yeah, that's just kind of give people a little insight on Utah.
Yeah, and I mean, Bridalveil Falls, I grew up, I had a friend who lived up there, like right off Bridalveil. You know how they got those houses right up there?
Yeah.
So he lived up there. So like my high school career, we'd have 2 cars. We'd leave one at the bottom, one at the Flying J up there, which I ended up getting in a lot of trouble from. At that Flying J, fuck them snitches. But we'd ride our longboards back and down. I think that'd be a great fucking video too. I got 2 longboards right there. Fucking longboard down fucking Bridalveil.
Yeah. Yeah, that's last year me and Kingston was taking scooters and stuff. Fucking took all day, but really I think back and that was probably one of my favorite memories of the summer. It's just me and him getting up real early and then just riding that trail the whole way. Going there is awesome. Going back sucks. It's where you want to ride.
That's why you do
back.
the 2 cars.
Yeah.
But like back in high school and shit, dude, we just smoked joints while riding down on our longboards and shit, and we got so good at it, dude. We could hit it 3 times after school.
Damn.
We'd have little Bluetooth speakers in our backpacks and shit, playing music, just being fucking nuisances. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think maybe if we got the kids one day and got some GoPros and just went and fucked around on some scooters and longboards, I think that'd be a pretty fun day. Give the viewers kind of somewhere where they live.
And there's 3 different parks you can stop at through the way, so that like gives the kids a break, also gives us a break, because we'll do one with the kids, and then we're gonna do one where you follow me and we just bomb that shit.
Yeah,
dude, my record on that one is 21 minutes.
It is
from fucking the start point to the Flying J. 21 minutes. You know how fast you gotta be going to do that?
like fucking 20 the whole way,
dude. And that was before they had electric fucking longboards.
Yeah.
If I had an electric longboard on that shit, dude, I bet I could fucking drop that down to 15 minutes.
Down to 15 minutes.
Dude, I had the corners fucking mapped out and everything. I knew every crack in the road to jump. Yeah, shit.
Just a little update. The Chiefs are beating the Texans right now, which we're not happy about, but 13-3, Chiefs, bullshit. What about you, Red? Where's like one of your favorite places you visited in Utah?
Fucking, I mean, right now with how I'm feeling with my side-by-side, it's gotta be Moab, dude.
Moab?
I fucking love Moab, dude. My favorite fucking video, I'll probably be posting it on the channel if I haven't already. It's I'm listening to music and I'm taking a video of the side-by-side, and I pan over to the scenery of Moab, and then I pan up and TJ's up there smoking on a rock, just rolling some shit. It's one of my favorite fucking videos, dog. My mama mad at me because I'm thugging. Too bad. I'm big blood. You're never gonna see me with the blue rag. Car pull up. I'm like, who that? I'm rich as a bitch. Bitch, who you that? Yeah, man. I fucking Moab, and dude, I just love the mountains out here.
Yeah.
Just like camping in them, doing a little bushcrafting shit. Like it. And Utah's just kind of like what you were saying. If you want desert, we got desert. You want mountains, we got mountains.
Yeah.
You want swampland, we got swampland.
Yeah.
And for like a bushcraft or outdoorsy person like myself, like I just absolutely love that aspect that I can kind of work in different environments and kind of piece together what I like and what gear I bring on those environments.
Yeah. What's that? It's if you go turn up towards the like Zion's Bank in Heber. What's those not Valley Hills, but what is it? You have to go like probably 5 or 10 miles.
Oh, like Red Ledges?
No, past that.
past that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know where you're talking about. I had a friend who lived up there.
Yeah, so if you go Zach took me up there forever ago. I can't remember. Mill Hollow, I think it is.
Yeah.
Dude, that's my favorite place to go. I fucking hate fishing. I tell people, like, it just isn't my sport. Just, I don't got the patience. I want to throw in the water and fucking big old bass right there. Fucking that's fishing to me. So when I go to Mill Hollow, that's how fishing is. You throw in and you fucking bang, you're home, baby.
Dog, I gotta take you down to the river bottoms. And DNR, I'm just joking. I don't actually use worms. Use worms. No,
Yeah.
I'm playing.
I went to the fucking place in Heber, the bridge.
Yeah.
You know you can't use worms there?
No.
Somebody's like, what are you doing? I'm like, going fishing. He's like, not with those you ain't. I'll call you in. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you can't fish with worms here. I'm like, why?
Dude, that's what I found out because I started fishing with worms. DNR ran up on my ass. And they were like, what are you using for bait? And I was like, worms from Maverick?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm going to have to write you a citation unless you dump all those in the water. And I said, hold on, why? And he's like, you can't fish with them. And I was like, you understand if I dump them in the water, they're going to fucking eat the worms. Are the worms poisonous? No, there's like environmental shit, which I get. I respect DNR. They do a great job about a lot of shit. But I grew up fishing with worms. So why the fuck can't we fish with worms? I'm sure there's somebody who can explain it to me.
But you can use corn now, right? I heard you
Can you?
I don't know. I guess so many different. I've heard you can't, and then I've heard now you can.
I don't know. There's so much dumb shit going on with those laws. Like fucking, dude, you can't use electronic scopes and shit to hunt now.
You can't?
No. So check this out. Like Zach, he's got a scope that has a rangefinder in the scope. So I can look at you through my scope, click the button, and it'll change the reticle based on the range, altitude, windage, all that, so you can get a perfect hit.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to use that. But you know what you can use? You can use your rifle with the normal scope and a laser rangefinder, click the button, use it, and then go back to your scope and pull the trigger. But if those two are duct taped to each other, that shit's fucking illegal. That's fucking stupid.
Well, that actually brings me to another one of my questions, I guess, since you pretty much brought it up. If you could change one law, what would it be? But you only get one, dog.
I only get one?
Yeah.
Murder is illegal.
Murder is illegal?
Yeah.
Or is legal?
Murder is legal, but I want to, or I don't know. What I want, this is what I want. If you get convicted of harming a child, whether you're a PDF file or like a super abuser and you like broke your child's arms, like you are 100% sure. Like, yeah, because there's like times where like somebody can say something like we still don't know on SPM. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like if you're Jared from Subway.
Yeah, if you're Jared from Subway, I think we should allow. Actually, this is better. I want public executions back for those types of people. Or we make a little money off this. Dana White, get a hold of me. I got you, dog. We have gladiator fights again. Where somebody who's like all jacked up and shit and like fucking ready to fight goes against Jared from Subway because that big old roided out motherfucker was assaulted as a child. And this is his payback from the universe to fuck up Jared from Subway.
Fuck up Jared from Subway.
Dog, tell me you would not pay $80 to watch that shit.
I'm already paying $80 for non-PDFs.
Exactly. Like shit. What about you? What's the one law?
I would. It's hard because I think it would backfire on me, but I would get rid of like fishing licenses and hunting licenses. But I know it's going to backfire on me because there's those people that are just going to go hunting every day and we're going to have no more deer after that.
So I used to, not to like tangent this shit out, but I used to feel the same way. Because I used to have a saying, well, you can teach a man to fish, but then he has to get a job
Yeah.
to go get a fishing permit and pay for that permit. And then I figured out that the reason why you have to pay for tags and permits and all that stuff is that's your form of taxes to pay for wildlife, research and relocation and stuff like that.
Yeah, keeping the
because
herds healthy.
people don't spend money. Like, that's the big thing people don't talk about. People want to talk about how, like, you'll get these, like, granola people and shit, and they're like, hunters ruin the environment. They don't care about animals and shit. Dude, everything you buy at a sporting goods store.
Yeah, the tax goes towards the land, right? Or
Yep, that's why that shit's so expensive.
conservation, yeah.
Even buying ammo. I might never hunt in my life, but if I buy 9mm bullets, you're paying for like, fuck, what is that called? Wildlife foundations and shit.
conservation.
Yeah, conservation. That's what I'm looking for. Paying for wildlife conservation efforts.
Yeah.
And they did, like, I watched a video and they were talking about every time somebody buys, every time somebody spends like over $500 at a Cabela's, $100 of that winds up saving us an inch in public lands. And that's kind of what I was talking to you about. If you're born in America, the United States, you are the largest landowner in the entire world.
Yeah.
You own more land than fucking Elon Musk
Yeah.
because of our public land. And that's the thing that's so fucked up about Utah right now and certain individuals that used to be in presidency or, is they were getting rid of our land. And that's the one thing we cannot let go of.
Well, and there's, and I don't know how true everything is, but they're saying like China's buying all of our farmland right now. So that's why I say it'd probably backfire on me, making that law. But I guess I have good intentions that everybody would only feed their family when they needed to, or things like that. But there's always the people that one isn't enough.
Yeah.
They're after the adrenaline after that, or the high, or whatever.
Angle this motherfucker a little bit in front of you. You're starting to get a little quiet.
But I think
Perfect.
I don't know. That's just if you need food or anything, I think really you should be able to go and get it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also, I don't know. I wish in a way you could just roll that into a tax thing, like you're just taxed on your check and it goes back. But then the government fucks us somehow or some way.
That's why I'd rather keep it the way it is right now, because if we get taxed on it, they're going to take like fucking $8,000 from our check. And it's like, well, fuck, my license only costs $20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why you want to keep it like that. Like, yeah, it sucks. But like paying $20 a fishing license really isn't that much.
No, it really isn't.
You know what I mean? When you take into perspective, you know what I mean?
All right, I'm taking it back. I'm making weed legal then.
That's what I was going to say. And
I'm being selfish then.
And you kind of brought it up with the China buying land and shit, and not to get too much into my conspiracy shit, but I want to bounce an idea off you and maybe tell me if I'm being crazy, right? So, did you know around all U.S. military bases, the plots of land and farmland especially around those military bases are being bought by Chinese-owned companies? And then you also got to think, well, where do we buy our satellite towers? China. Where do we buy our phones? China. Where do we buy our comms equipment for our U.S. military? China.
Where's half of our cars coming from?
China.
Where's your silverware that says made from
China? So you got to think, we also have that. And maybe it's just me getting into my head, but I kind of told you there's some people I follow from the Netherlands, and the like president of the Netherlands pretty much let everybody know, like, hey, if you're a military age male, you need to prepare for war.
Yeah.
So then you're like, okay, what are we not getting through?
Yeah.
And then I'm not trying to get too far into conspiracies, but they're taking TikTok away, right?
Yeah.
TikTok's a Chinese company. Why would they do that? Well, maybe it's because we might be going to war with China.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I go to war with China, I want to keep my cell phone so I can stay in touch with my loved ones. Well, guess what? If they have a tracking device on that TikTok, guess what? Now they can track their enemy's troops.
Yeah. Well, I've always said all those face things where you can like change yourself into an old lady or things like that. That's just them gathering data on your face and, you know, updated. Now you know what you look like when you're old, what you look like when you're a baby. Yeah. Like they have everything. And like back to the China thing, I don't know if you remember it, but a couple years ago there was a thing called Huawei phones.
Yep.
And a lot of people, they're kind of like burner phones, but we got rid of them because they're a Chinese phone. Yep. And we said, nah, we don't want that. Nope. No, thank you.
Yeah. And guess who makes Apple?
Chinese.
Dude, you know the crazy thing I found out? Do you know how much it cost for them to build an iPhone?
It's like pennies on the dollar, I think, right?
It's literally like 8 cents.
Yeah.
And how much did that new iPhone cost?
$1,200, son.
Yeah.
With an $800 rebate of my old phone.
The only way I can get rid of that shit and not fucking think about it is, look, that bitch fold. That way when I want to hang up on your ass, I go, would you shut the fuck up? Close that bitch up. You don't feel good when you're like, man, shut the fuck up. Shit, I clicked the wrong button. God damn it. When you click and it don't feel as good. You call me right now. Hung up, bitch.
Hung up, bitch.
Close that shit. And it made me feel like motherfucking Jax Taylor. He fucking, yo.
Yo, what it do?
I got one for you. This is another one from our comments section. This one is from Keeks. And this is things you liked growing up that you want your kids to feel, experience, traditions you've liked.
I think I like when all the family gets together. I didn't like it as a kid. Kind of talked about that, but I think the older you get, the more you appreciate being able to be around one another. Our Christmas party I thought was pretty cool because it's hard to get everybody under the same roof at the same times. And when we are able to do it, I think it's kind of a hoot. You know, everybody's just trying to crack jokes on one another, or, you know, trying to throw each other, not under the bus essentially, but just have fun with one another. So I hope family time becomes more important to my kids. It wasn't as important to me because I feel like I guess I didn't get to see the whole picture. But that's why I try to tell them is like, hey, you know, not every day we're going to be here, or not every day we get to go to Fruitland and the cousins are there. So when we are, like, let's be on our best behavior and let's treat everybody with respect.
Well, and that's what I try and tell them, like, oh, I don't want to play with him. He doesn't like me. Well, you don't like him either. But you guys are going to end up liking each other down the road.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they'll play great for 10 minutes and then, oh, he grabbed my toy, you know.
Yeah.
It's little shit like that you're always going to get out of a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's also lasting memories. Like, one of my memories is boxing with you and fucking Drave, and you fucking rocked my shit. You said, you want a box? I was like, yeah. Draven gave me the fucking gloves because he was like, fuck this. This dude hits too hard. Dude hit me with a fucking 20 piece. I was like, God damn, motherfucker, this ain't like boxing on the Wii.
Boxing on the Wii, motherfucker.
Shit. I don't know. Something I like a tradition that I always think of that I really want to do with my kids is my mom got me into this book series because I always had dyslexia and ADHD, so reading's just really fucking hard for me. Like I have to really love a book, like Summertime of '05 by David Gunn. I'll read that like page by page because I love that book so much. Okay. But most of the time it's really hard for me to sit down and read a book. So audiobooks were like something I grew up with. I'd fall asleep listening to audiobooks. And I ended up getting the whole family into this series called Fablehaven. So something we'd do after school, like me, my sister, my mom, my dad, is we'd all sit downstairs on the couches and we'd get the audiobooks from the library, dog. That's something these kids won't know about. Yeah. And then another thing they won't know about is you had to click the button on top and it popped open this shit and you had to take this thing called a CD and put that bitch in there, close the lid, and then click play, and then it wouldn't work. So then you'd have to reopen it, spin the disc, close it, and then click play. And then you'd have to skip to the chapter that you were at. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, fuck, we finished this CD. Hold on. And then take the CD out, put the next CD. But we'd sit down and we'd read like we'd listen to 2 chapters of this book together. Yeah. And then it was a cool way to interact with my parents and shit. Like, oh my God, can you believe Seth and Kendra did that? Like, can you believe what Newell and Doran were doing? Like, he hit him with a baseball racket, or a tennis racket and shit. Yeah. That's a tradition I really want to pass on with my kids, is like getting into book series together. Yeah. It just adds a new family dynamic to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's so many books like The Hatchet and things like that are just really good stories to listen to together as a family. You remember going to the library for the first time and getting your library card?
Dude, do you remember when they opened up the new library in Heber?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, do you ever remember the old library next to Dairy King across the street? Dude, that's where I got my first library card, and it was like walking into fucking heaven for the first time.
I hated that place.
You did?
Yeah. Dude, when they opened up that new one and it had the wall with the circles that you can like climb in and shit. Yeah. And it had the laptops. Dude, I tell you what, those laptops were a fucking lifeline for me. Yeah. Because I didn't grow up with a computer or nothing. Like, my parents. Yeah. Like, we had 3 channels, If you want to watch TV, we don't have cable. Yeah. You know what I mean? We had fucking Foxbox on Saturday mornings, Yeah. Saturday morning cartoons. That's all I got. And then it had like the news and like The Simpsons. Yeah. But just like having that opportunity, I remember we'd scrounge around like $1, go there and print off like a bunch of pictures of like Lil Wayne and Eminem and shit, just so I could hang it on my locker and shit,
Try to be cool back in the day. Yeah, we used to go to trying to holler at bitches on like chat websites and shit. We were probably talking to fucking pedophiles back in their PDFs back in the day.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, shout out to Moms too. She got us the little fire pit. I fucking love that shit. A little fire in the studio.
Yeah, that shit's badass.
One of these days we'll have our studio set up where we'll have the actual fireplace right here. So that'll be nice.
Piecing it together.
If any of y'all know some famous people like Post Malone and shit, tell them they have to come on the podcast. Yeah. I don't really listen to Post Malone, to be honest with you, but I'd love to interview him. He seems like a sweet guy.
Yeah, he's not bad.
I play beer pong with him.
Yeah, we play a little pong with him. So if you had a rap, well, let's just say a musician Mount Rushmore, you can only pick 4 people. Who would you put on your Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore, like... Fuck. Out of all music genres?
Yeah.
Fuck. God damn, dude. For a Mount Rushmore. So this doesn't include my favorite artists. This is like my Mount Rushmore, like who made the impacts.
Well, let's
That
just
made the
say if
shit
you
I
could only
like.
listen to 4 people
Okay, so I'm stuck
for
on
the
an
rest of your
island and I
life,
can
yeah.
only listen to 4
and
artists.
they're going to give you an iPod and you can get every album.
Mm-hmm.
So if you choose like Notorious, you're only getting 1 album.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose Tupac, you're only getting a couple albums. You choose Eminem, you're getting the whole catalog.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you can choose like, I guess Rob Zombie, you're going to get White Zombie, right? I'll let
Yeah.
that slide.
Okay, so like if I pick like Ozzy Osbourne, I also get Black Sabbath.
Sure.
This motherfucker. Alright, I know my top 4. First one, you motherfucking know it. It's motherfucking Yellow Wolf. Get that wolf out. I gotta have Yellow Wolf, dog. Fucking Love Story is the one album I will never get tired of. I have to listen to that album like once a month. And then my second is gonna be Five Finger Death Punch. Their music catalog just hits every feeling I can ever have. If I'm having an angry day, they got a whole album worth of shit for anger. If I'm having a sad day, they got a whole album worth of sad shit. If they got, dude, if I just feel like I don't give a fuck about nothing today, they got 3 albums on that shit. If I'm just feeling like fucking around and putting something on in the background, they got shit for that. And just everything they got to be five finger. And then the last 2, that's when it comes down to like the really hard shit. And I think I'm going to have to bring it down to 50 Cent just because the Get Rich or Die Trying album just always, no matter what, that can take me to a safe place. That can take me to a place where like, yeah, everything's shitty right now, but I'm going to make it. You know what I mean? That's like the podcast shit. Like, we going to get rich or die trying on this shit.
Yeah.
And then the last artist is a hard one, but I think I also got to get some. I got to get some of my country roots. I got some rap. I got some rock. I got to go with my country roots, and I got to go with Chris Ledoux.
You're not going to pick George Strait?
Fuck no, I ain't picking no George Strait. I was going to say fucking Toby Keith because I love Toby Keith, but I don't know, dude. Fucking my mom loves Chris Ledoux, and that really made me love Chris Ledoux. And there's certain songs like 8 Seconds or This Cowboy's Hat that I love a good story.
Yeah.
If you can tell, like, my favorite country song of all time is Old Red. You ever listen to Old Red?
Yeah.
When he's talking about fucking, he got the dog to fall in love with another dog, and then the guard dog went to fucking chase him and went to the girl to get some pussy, so he got off scot-free. Yeah. And he says, it's funny because the reason I got into prison was because of love, and the way I got out was because of love, too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God, I love that song. If you ain't heard it, listen to Old Red. And that's what I'm going to be one day is Old Red.
Old Red. Nice.
What about you?
Oh, I'd probably have to go The Baby. I listen to The Baby at least once a day, so that's an easy one for me. Boosie. Boosie has a pretty big catalog, so
Fuck yeah,
that'll
he
keep
does.
me busy for a minute. I'd probably pick, I like Young Dolph. I listen to a lot of Young Dolph, so I'd probably throw Young Dolph up there. The only thing that sucks is he died early, so you're only getting a small catalog with him. And 4 is hard. I want to say Big X the Plug, but I know who it is. I would say Big X Plug, but I just feel he's too new. So again, I just took Young Dolph with a small catalog. Yeah. My next one's going to be Burner because he has such a huge catalog.
Dude, and Burner's one of those guys that when you're smoking,
Yeah,
it just hits different.
Yeah, you just be on the island like shit suck, but
like, dude, to this day, if I fucking smoke and that motherfucking young, wild, and free,
Yeah.
like Wiz Khalifa just hits it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And Burner's got some fucking bangers too.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's not bad.
Although, actually, we're gonna take a little side off of this. Who's your favorite weed smoking rapper?
I would probably say the Baby.
You count him as a weed smoking rapper?
Every time he's got a big old fucking backwood in his mouth, I don't know who smokes them nasty motherfuckers.
Shit. Dude, I gotta go with Be Real. I've loved Be Real
B-Real's
my
all right.
whole life, man.
Yeah.
Here is something you can't understand. How I could just kill a man.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Be Real just has such a great fucking catalog of shit. And his music's different than everybody's else.
Yeah. Well, I think him and Burner go fucking
Dude.
like fine wine. That's like wine and steak. They just go together.
When you said Burner, the first thing I thought is fucking Be Real.
yeah.
Because those two go like peas in
You
a pod,
almost get
man.
half of B Real's catalog if you're picking Burner.
Exactly,
So
man.
it's the-
And like just the different songs Be Real's come out with, like the one I always think of is When the Shit Goes Down. Dude, his voice in that, the cadence, the beat. When the shit goes down, you better be ready. Better be ready.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I love that shit, man. Like, fuck, that's like my fucking theme song for carrying a gun and a knife everywhere. You know, when
that?
the shit goes down, guess who's motherfucking ready?
Yeah.
Can't catch me slipping in the shower. I got a machete in the shower.
All right, so I got another question for you. I want you to rank these rappers 1 through 10 blindly. So if you put Little Meech number 1 and
Yeah, I can
fucking
guarantee it ain't gonna be
Yellow
that.
Wolf, you
Yeah.
put as 10.
Yeah, I've seen these
There's
videos.
no switching them, okay? And
I
I'm going
get
to
it, I
start with
get
the
it.
bottom of the list and work my way up. 1 through 10.
Yep.
King Von,
King Von, 6.
6. Boosie,
Boosie, 4.
Big X the Plug,
5.
Hobson,
Fuck, I gotta put Hobson at a 3. Fuck, dog. I'm already running out of my top shit.
So King Von was 6. Boosie was 4.
Yeah, he's 4.
4.
Big X is 5.
Big X is 5. And Hobson is 3.
He's got to be 3. Fuck.
50 Cent.
I'm running out of my top spots, dog. This is fucked up. Number 2.
Number 2. Young Jeezy.
Young Jesus. Fuck you. God damn it. I should have held
There's
my roll.
1, 7, 8, 9, and 10 left.
Oh, he's got to go to 7. Shit.
7 for Young Jeezy. Suicide Boys.
Fuck. I know.
There's 1, 8, 9, and 10 left.
Fuck.
And you got to give me some credit for digging that one out.
Dude, well, that was my first thought is this motherfucker don't even like Suicide Boys.
I would show you how they spelt it. I went outside to go spell it. I was all Suicide Boys. They spelt it correctly too, with the money signs.
Or we might have to call them Slewer Slide Boys or something. We'll figure out in the editing.
1, 8, 9, or 10 for Suicide Boys.
Dude, God damn it. Ah, fuck. 9.
9. Yellow Wolf.
1.
So you have 8 and 10 left.
8 and 10.
8 and 10. MGK.
10.
Eminem.
Fuck. M's
Is
got to be
8?
at 8? Fuck. Hey, it's 8 Mile Eminem. Sorry.
So let me just make sure I got this right. You put Eminem as the 8th best rapper. MGK is the 10th best rapper. Yellow Wolf was number 1. Suicide Boys was 9. Young Jeezy was 7. 50 Cent was 2. Hobson was 3. Big X was 5. Boosie was 4. And King Von was 6. You put King Von above Eminem.
I'll tell you what. The only
You
one
put Big X the Plug above Eminem.
you know what? The only one I can honestly say I am really angry about is Jeezy's solo. I put on.
Yeah, I thought that was a good little.
Oh fuck, that's fun. I gotta hit you with the next one.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
come up with a good one for you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was a good little thing.
Oh fuck, that was fun as hell.
What's one family memory that you'll cherish forever?
Fucking pool in Moab, dog.
Yeah, that was good.
Dude, I like just the amount of fun, laughter, and just like I don't know. That's like, yeah, it's got one of the most traumatizing photos in history in it. But at the end of the day, that's one of my like I think about that memory all the time. Like it was just fun.
Yeah.
It was like legitimate fun with the family, where like nobody's even trying to fake having fun. Everybody's really having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was kind of funny, like nobody wanted to get in the pool.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't give a fuck no more. Fuck those
You
guys.
jumped in with the clothes you was wearing.
Yeah. Once I did that, everybody was like, oh, that looks nice.
Well, you got out and you were like, you guys are fucking stupid. I feel great.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know if you remember it, but we had Christmas behind the house at Days one year. And it was like a lot of hectic shit going on. I think there was actually a lot of fighting between everybody, but I don't know. I just remember waking up and all the adults were hungover. But at the time, it just seemed happy.
Dude, it's my favorite Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like everybody was so happy to be with one another.
Yeah. Do you remember what chair I slept on that night?
No.
You remember they had that tiny recliner in the basement?
Yeah.
I slept curled up on that shit like a dog.
Yeah.
And that's still my favorite Christmas.
Even Robert Dotson was at our house for that
Yeah.
Christmas. Like, I don't know. That Christmas seemed perfect.
Well, it was every single person was together.
Yeah. Me and Felicia had already opened all of our presents and took our CDs out and rewrapped them and everything. We opened them and we're like, oh my God.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't think we had ever done that, and I don't think we've done it since. But, you know, that might be something nice to do maybe in our generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be shitty, you know, we might want to do it at our own house with our own kids and everything, but I think having that camaraderie, yeah, some hatred might come when the youngest get to fucking open the presents first, but apparently y'all motherfuckers already got your CDs, so I don't know what you was bitching about.
I was trying to go home and play that shit without playing it behind their back. She's like, that kind of looks like the game I got you. I was like, nah, this is last year's.
Is that Tony Hawk 3? I could have sworn I just got you that. No, this is definitely 2. Tony Hawk 3 backflip.
Yeah.
Shit. Here, I got one for you.
What do we got?
Let me pull this bitch up. All right. What is the last thing that you Googled?
I'm not legally allowed to say. I was watching football legally.
He was watching foot on balls.
Actually, I looked up Wawa phones is my very last thing.
Fuck. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Heber most of my life. I was actually born at the Heber City Hospital. The one up Daniels Road or wherever the fuck it is. I was born in that hospital. When I was 10, my mom and dad finally broke it off, not together anymore, and my dad was from Philadelphia, and we hitchhiked there. Literally stuck our thumbs out and got rides all the way to Philadelphia, from Heber City, Utah, all the way to Philadelphia.
God damn.
And it took us like a week or two.
Shit.
But then after that, things happened with my dad. My dad was an alcoholic. I ended up going into the Pennsylvania system for like a couple weeks. And then my mom came and got me, and things didn't work out with her. And so she took me to a mental hospital at 11 years old, and then Val ended up coming and picking me up. And my mom didn't want me, so Val pretty much took over parentalship of me.
Yeah.
And then grew up in Heber a little bit, grew up in Fruitland a little bit with her, and then back to Heber and Salt Lake and a little bit of everywhere, mainly Utah though.
Yeah. Okay, I got one for you. So you're going to be alone in the Alaskan wilderness for 3 months. You can only bring 10 things in your backpack, and you've already got perfect winter clothes. It's not winter, but it will be winter for the last 2 weeks of when you're there. So it's like the fall going into the winter. I don't know if you've watched Alone, but I'm setting up Alone for you.
Yeah.
And you get to take 10 items to survive that. What are the 10 items?
With the clothes, does that include like a sleeping bag or
Nope.
no?
That's going to be pants, snow pants, boots, socks, underwear, shirts, jackets, hoodies, a hat and a beanie. And let's say a scarf.
I'm
and
going to bring a
gloves.
fire starter.
What kind?
Um,
Ferro rod?
yeah,
Okay.
it's probably the easiest to do.
Have you ever used a fire?
Nope, but I'll
All right.
figure it out.
Next episode on the Rednt channel, TJ learns to start a fire with a ferrocerium rod. You heard it here first.
I'm going to bring a sleeping bag. The best possible sleeping bag, obviously negative 1,000,000 if it is, obviously that's an easy one. I'm gonna bring a shovel, mainly to be able to dig a cave to sleep in with my sleeping bag. I'm gonna bring a gun. Does that include bullets, or do I gotta choose bullets too?
You gotta choose bullets too.
All right,
So hold on. How many are we at? I wasn't counting.
I'm at 4 with the gun.
Yeah, 4 with the gun. Okay.
So
And on bullets, let's say weight and everything, you can have 2 boxes of ammo if you want to pick ammo.
all right, I want a 30-06 and whatever the fuck ammo as
All
much
right,
as I can
2
get.
boxes
So there's
of
5.
ammo, so there's 5.
I'll take a machete.
Machete?
Yeah, because I need something to skin the animal I'm about to kill.
You're gonna skin an animal. What if the animal that you kill's a rabbit? You're
I
gonna
don't
kill a
give
rabbit with a
fuck.
machete?
He's dead. No, I'm fucking shooting the rabbit.
How
I'm
you gonna skin the
I'm gonna
rabbit?
set it with my machete, dog.
Okay. Another episode coming to the channel. T skins a fucking rabbit with that machete I have on the wall.
That's 6. Snow's coming, so I have water, so I'll just take a purifier just because I don't want fucking Jardy again. So there's 7.
3 left.
I got a sleeping bag. I don't need a tent because I'm building a shelter.
You don't want to bring any food?
That's what I was just thinking. I'll take take a box of oatmeal.
Hell yeah. That's a good option right there.
Because all else fails, I could eat that oatmeal for 5 weeks.
Dude, oatmeal's a good option. Dude, that's how the Highlanders used to survive, like in the mountains and doing sheep herders and shit.
Yeah.
They literally just carried around a 5-pound bag of oats for like 3 months.
I'm gonna bring. What goes good with oatmeal? I'm gonna
You got
bring
2
a
more
can
picks.
of some sort. The bigger, the better. Obviously, something to eat because I'm gonna be eating oatmeal and I need to heat that oatmeal some way. I have my fire starter. I just need to heat that oatmeal some way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna choose a can.
You're not gonna bring a pot. You're gonna
That's
bring a
my
can.
pot. Yeah, that's my pot right there. I'm just gonna eat oatmeal in that motherfucker.
You know they sell mess kits that's got like cups and pans and pots all combined in one.
Nah.
Oh fuck.
I'll bring a thing of coffee, something different to drink during the day besides
Okay.
water, because I don't like water. So I'll take the coffee for the cooking and the coffee.
Well, that's it. That's 10.
No, it's 9.
Oh, that's 10.
Well, fuck it. That works for me.
All right. So say you're on alone. You're going on alone. Those are your 10 items. How long do you actually think you can last with that?
All 5 weeks.
5 weeks. I said 3 months.
Oh, 3 months?
Yeah.
By
You
the
think you
second, by the second month, shit's gonna be fucking getting weird.
You're gonna be like that one dude. You're gonna have a fucking basketball that washed up on shore, and you're gonna be like, "This is Harold.
Yeah.
This is Red."
Really, it's gonna come down to when that oatmeal runs out. That's what it's
Yeah.
all gonna come down to, is when that. Have I gotten an animal by then? That's what it comes down to, is because the shelter. It's going to take me a minute, but I'll figure it out. And I have a sleeping bag, so worst thing, you can pile some snow over you. I don't care what anybody, how the fuck can you make an igloo? Piling snow, you know?
I'm wondering if it's worth arguing with you, because once that sleeping bag gets wet, you wanted to talk about me bringing cold ass gloves.
No, I'm gonna build a little trench, and then you have, because you don't want the wind going in, so you have to go this way with your trench. I've watched survival video, dog. And then you need to build an igloo.
Okay, you're talking about an igloo. I thought you was just kicking snow on top of the sleeping bag.
Nah, I'm gonna build like a little concrete pad out of snow that I'm sleeping on.
Okay.
3 months it's gonna, but you said only 2 weeks is gonna be snow.
Yeah, well, yeah, only 2 weeks is gonna be
Yeah,
snow.
so I'm burning down the forest for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks, it's gonna look like fucking LA in this bitch.
So are you just gonna be picking up twigs off the ground? How are you gonna chop down the trees?
Well, unfortunately, I know snow's coming in the last 2 weeks, so I have a machete, remember? Mm-hmm. I'm going to be fucking chopping down little trees and I'm going to be setting myself up for 2 weeks of hell. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to do for 2 months is wood. Yeah. Can I figure out a way to fish? I have a water thing, so water's not really, you just set some water up there and don't worry about it. Yeah. Really, it just comes down to, can you find an animal? And if I could kill a deer will last me. It just comes down to keeping that meat preserved.
Yeah, and where that's good is you brought that shovel.
Yeah.
If you can dig deep enough and get that shit cold.
Yep.
And it's already going to be cold out there. There's a way to do it.
And worst thing is you kill a deer, eat it for a week, and that fucking with oatmeal, that's your lifeline. Yep. So that's what you eat very last.
Yep.
You're going to have to eat it for the first couple of days because you don't got nothing. But you can go sit in the water with your machete, and it might take me all day, but I'll eventually get some.
Yeah. Dude, have you watched the fucking videos of, like, the dudes down in, like, South America hunting fish with a machete?
Yeah.
Where they got the fucking light at night, and they just stand in the water, and they get the reflection from the eyes, and they just fucking hack that shit with a machete. Do you own a machete?
No.
I'm sending you home with a machete.
You need to learn how to use one.
T just won a machete. Motherfucker, I got like 10 machetes in this room right now.
You do?
Yeah. Fucking right behind you, I got big old curved machetes. Fucking mean dogs.
So then this is, I guess for me and you, but maybe for our listeners, is kind of doing a podcast in maybe Moab or like Wendover.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just kind of giving a full 20 minutes speeded up video of us drinking or in Moab, fucking riding the side-by-sides. But I was just thinking, you know, for maybe a push, maybe what the people would want to see first. You want to see us go to fucking Wendover and go gamble and get drunk and act a fool, or go down to Moab and go back to the pool. Like maybe everybody wants to see this pool we keep talking about.
Well, that's why we got this system, right? So we can take this show on the road anytime we want. The bulkiest part of our setup are these mic stands.
Yeah.
And even if we have to hold the mics like the fucking Nelk boys do, you know, we can do that.
Right. And we were actually talking about getting a case and,
Yeah.
you know, being able to transport our shit from
Yeah.
A
So we're
to
going to
B.
have different studios. We'll do different shit. Like I was thinking about that exact same thing, just sitting out by the pool where they got those tables and shit.
Yeah.
Doing a little podcast right there.
Yeah.
Because that little tripod that we're using right now, because I switched the tripods, I really like that one a lot more.
Yeah.
Dude, that one packs down that big. You know what I mean?
Well, and they had those little cabanas too. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be squished, but even doing one in
yeah, you
for
and me
10
would just be
minutes,
laying
yeah.
down in a cabana talking about shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Be funny.
Hot as a motherfucker, you know? Like, yeah, we got a lot of shit we're planning on. We really like everybody's support and everything. We're really happy about it. And just expect great things from us because we're going to be releasing a bunch of shit coming out.
Yeah. And not to get you in trouble, and I don't think
Shit,
it's
I'm
something
always in trouble.
I don't think it's something you hate, but what's like one chore around the house that if you didn't have to do and somehow it just magically got done, you'd be happy about? Like the dishes. Do you do the dishes every
Fuck
night?
no, she won't let me do the dishes. See, I have this thing where I can wash a dish. Dude, I can take a goddamn grinder to a dish and there will still be food stuck to that bitch. Dude, I don't know what it is because I try and wash dishes for myself and I still can't manage it. So, I don't know, chores for myself. I don't know. I'm cool to like change a diaper. I'm cool to like I like splitting wood and fetching firewood in the cold. Like that shit fucking makes me happy.
Oh, in the
I
grass?
like doing that. I don't mow the grass.
The dogs mow it for you.
Yeah, I don't mow the grass.
Wish the dogs would quit digging the shit up so you couldn't mow the
Yeah,
grass.
I don't have a lawn no more because of these fucking dogs. So I don't really know. I don't know if I have any chore that. Oh, actually, no. There's one chore. It's not really a house chore, but it's like a chore I have to do. That's called working. If I could get rid of that, that would be awesome.
That wouldn't be too bad.
I'd do a podcast 24/7. This would be a live stream channel.
That's the goal, though, ain't it? Just
Hell
be doing
yeah.
podcasts and not working.
Get
That's
done
the
with
goal.
this shit. All y'all motherfuckers who've been asking me to spot y'all money, y'all ain't subscribed. How can I spot you money now?
Yeah. I guess one chore that I could go without doing. I don't mind doing laundry, putting it in and drying it, but I fucking cannot stand folding the shit or hanging it, or that's like my
Dog.
Achilles heel.
Dog, never mind. I feel you there. Dude, there is 2 baskets in my room right now that I
Yeah.
just pull socks out of. Those bitches don't match at all. I just grab them in the morning and go.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's any ladies out there that fucking you love folding laundry, bitch, I'll do the laundry. I got no problem with fucking putting the shit in, putting a little shit, pop. I mix whites with whites and colors with colors. That's how I do it, girl.
Shit. You know, that actually brings me to one. What's your daily routine? Like when you wake up in the morning, what's your routine before you go out the door?
Like if I'm going to work or not going to work, or 'cause it varies.
It does vary. So let's say like you and me are going out to do something. What are you waking up in the morning doing? You making a cup of coffee? What are you wearing? What are you bringing with you? What are you feeling?
So if we're going to do something, it just depends. But a lot of the time I have anxiety, so a lot of the things I'm going to try to get done the night before. Like how we're going to make breakfast, I had to make sure everything was in the same bag, and I still forgot shit. So I'm like, God damn it. My first thing, get up, go make a cup of coffee. 8 ounces every morning. Working.
What kind of coffee you drinking?
I like Folgers with that cream that has the fucking cannolis on it. That's my shit. I don't like no motherfucking French, Italian shit. I don't like no motherfucking gingerbread shit. I don't like no motherfucking peppermint shit. Fuck that
I can't
shit.
do none of that creamer shit.
Yeah. And then I love honey. I don't do no sugar. Sugar's fucking disgusting. I love honey.
So, actually, that brings me into something. How'd you get into putting honey in your coffee? You just came up with it naturally?
Gel, because you don't get sugar in gel.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, you're gonna make hooch with sugar, so they won't give you that sugar. So you have to supplement it. So honey's one of the easy. We get really it was syrup that started it because you get syrup with your pancakes.
Yeah.
So I don't like black coffee. It's just too. I'm not manly enough to be drinking that shit. So it kind of started with a little sugar. And then I think I was at a hotel one day and I just tried honey. It just, I don't know, it just magically happened. And it was like the sweetness I had always been looking for because sugar's just, I don't know, it's gross to me. Like I don't like sugar. But honey was just like it was like the sweetness I'd always been looking for. So, and then since then, dude, people like, how do you go through so much honey? I'm like, motherfucker,
Dude,
in my coffee.
how I got onto it is when I was a kid. So for Mother's Day, my dad took me to Walmart, and I'll be honest, Mama, I love you. I just grabbed the first book that I thought you'd like. And I gave it to her, and it was called The Ranger's Apprentice. Well, she starts reading it, and she was like, hey, I think you would really like this book. It's about a special forces, pretty much, back in the medieval days. And these guys were archers. But, like, super skilled. Like if they could see you, they could hit you with an arrow. And they're, like super trained into, like, camouflage. And, like, they're trained to stay still for up to 10 hours without moving an inch. Like, sitting in the most uncomfortable positions and shit. And, like, one of the most well-known things about the Rangers is the Rangers drank coffee with honey. So that's because when I started reading those books, I was a young kid. I didn't like no coffee. But I was like, fuck, the Rangers drink coffee, and they're, like, super sharpshooters, you know?
Yeah.
And they drink it with honey, and that's what set me off on it. And I think getting into coffee and liking the taste of coffee with honey, now like you put creamer in it, I can't stand it. It's not coffee to me.
Yeah. That's how I feel too. I can't take it with sugar.
And
or that fucking, what's that other fake ass sugar?
Splenda shit.
Oh my God, dude. That if I could change one law, it's fucking getting rid of that fucking You drink Splenda, you're a fucking piece of shit. All right? Let's get that on the air. You're a fucking piece of shit. You drink Splenda, you nasty motherfucker.
Those are the motherfuckers that have foot fetishes, like licking in between people's toenails and shit.
You like fucking Splenda, no.
All right, so you get out of bed, you make a cup of coffee. Then what else you doing?
Taking a shower. I take a shower every morning and every day after work. I don't know why, but I take 2 showers every day. It's just fucking clockwork.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to grow my hair out right now, and I was like watching YouTube, and they're telling me not to wash my hair, not put shampoo and conditioner in it every day. So right now I've just been doing it every Monday and every Friday.
Yep.
And I can tell like my hair feels healthier. It feels nicer when I run my hands through it and shit.
You know what's weird? Growing up, you always had short hair, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, what did I always have?
Long hair. Well, when you cut your hair, I was like, now we're switching.
Dude, I was just talking to Aubrey. I'm thinking about shaving my head. No, I ain't playing with you, dog. Dude, I keep seeing this shit on fucking Instagram of dudes with long beards with shaved heads, and they got head tattoos, and I want some head tattoos. I was like, these motherfuckers look cool as shit. That's what I need to be on.
Yeah.
I might shave my motherfucking head. You might grow your hair out. We switching shit.
Yeah.
You gonna see me fucking watching football. You're gonna be sharpening an axe.
Yeah. So on the previous podcast, or it might even been this one, but I do think it was the previous one, we were talking about like what we got for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And one thing I forgot is you got me that Shane Gillis ticket.
Oh yeah.
So we
Don't
got
forget about that.
We
Y'all
got
gonna be
Shane
seeing
Gillis
that shit
coming
after
up
March.
pretty soon. And he said something that kind of resonated with me. And I guess I could ask you, well, maybe you might get in trouble with your woman, but I could ask. So Shane was asked what cartoon character he would sleep with, and he said obviously Lola Bunny. And I just want to say I don't think he's wrong.
Okay. Lola Bunny is definitely one. Roger Rabbit's wife definitely one.
Yeah, she's banging.
But you got to understand, I don't know if you call it a fetish, a kink, or a preference, but when it comes to goth baddies, I am fucking hooked. And the motherfucking one who started it all for me is, you ever watch Danny Phantom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that girl in
Oh,
Danny
that girl?
Phantom. Dude.
Well,
And yeah, that girl just hits it different. And then I gotta say, best threesome I could ever have in my life is the motherfucking Hex girls.
so I thought you would get ahead of yourself, and I want you to take a breath, and I want you to realize that Rhea Ripley was a cartoon character in Call of Duty.
Shit, how long can my list be? Is this like the rap shit? Can I change my answers?
I want to rank them 1 through 10, motherfucker.
Oh my god! Speaking of Rhea Ripley, man, god damn, coming out to Motionless in White, it's like that girl was trying to talk to me.
Yeah, and she's our new women's champion of the WWE.
Is she?
Yes, she is.
Oh, she deserves it too.
I tell you what, I got out of wrestling, and I found out fucking Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley was motherfucking wrestling, and I tell you what, I'm hooked, girl. I'm back, baby.
Fuck. Yeah, man, fucking Rhea Ripley. She got me into WWE. That shit's too fucking good.
Yeah, well, she's a baddie.
Dude, she is like, dude, I just love that fucking goth aesthetic, and she just hits it so fucking clean.
Yeah.
From the leather jackets to the studs, everything. Like, dude, she fucking put on for the goths.
Yeah.
Fucking, oh my god, I love her. Fuck, man. Yeah, she is something else.
So I was wondering if you could tell us about 6th Street.
6th Street?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Because we know about 6th Street, but they don't know about 6th Street.
If y'all ain't ever seen 6th Street, 6th Street is a street in Texas. Austin, Texas. Where the mothership is for Joe Rogan. I know you see us as competition, but it doesn't have to be a competition. You can come on here anytime, big dog.
The #1 podcast.
You know, we'll even fly out on your money, of course, and we'll come on your show. No worries, dog.
The #1 podcast.
Yeah, right here. I don't care what fucking No Jumper, Adam Savage, fucking Cuckle wants to say. #1 podcast right here, coming up.
So one thing I want to add with 6th Street is we're in Vegas. We're fucking hungover. We've been partying all night. Fucking, we just got done at the ice bar. Fucking,
Yeah.
my toes were as cold as they were then. And we're just at fucking the Airbnb, just kind of wasting time. And I love watching these videos of Kensington Ave in Philadelphia. And it's like zombie people. It's people on drugs just fucking. So Red over here is like, oh, you love this? Fucking, let me show you something on fucking steroids. I was like, I don't know, Red. It's kind of hard to beat fucking zombies. Red pulls up fucking 6th Street on fucking this video. And all of a sudden it's these bars, a street of bars. And these people start fighting. Well, this fucking cop, he's wearing glasses. And all of a sudden this lady knocks his glasses off so he can't see, I'm assuming. He didn't wear his contacts that day, and this motherfucker has this lady by the pussy, by her pussy lips. I am not joking you. For 3 whole minutes, dude, she's hitting him in the face. Fucking people are kicking this cop, and he has a hold of this fucking pussy way fucking harder than Donald Trump's ever held some pussy in his life. When
He got the clit in the clinch hold.
yeah, when this motherfucker said grab her by the pussy, this motherfucker had a fucking death lock on this motherfucker. I'm telling he had this motherfucking pussy chastity belted. But I'm just saying, it may take you a minute to go find this video, but I fucking tell you, it may take you all day, but it is worth the whole day once you find fucking 3 minutes of this cop fucking just holding this pussy, dog. Holding that pussy.
And everybody just fighting on that street. They always got fights popping off, and the cops don't fucking play. They're riding horses over people
That's what I
and
was gonna
shit.
say. They pull up on their fucking chariot horse.
Yeah, fuck, man. Dude, you ever see the video where the guy's like, there's a police officer on the horse, and the guy walks up and he goes, "Can I pet it?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he starts petting the cop, and he's like, "Hey."
Yeah, I have seen that one. That shit's good as motherfucker.
Not as good as that motherfucker. Patricia down at the motherfucking McDonald's.
Alpha Dorset, you throat punch that bitch when you see her. Score update. Chiefs are 20. Texans are 12. Texans got the ball 4th quarter. Let's go, Texans.
All right, I got one for you. What's your favorite quote?
I don't know if it's my favorite, but I was in a program when we were younger, and we had to learn 3 quotes to move up to the next phase in the house. And one quote that's always stuck with me, and I still remember it to this day, is people who tell white lies soon become colorblind. You know, and as a kid, it was just the easiest one to remember. It was just the smallest one that I could hurry and remember it. But it's had the most impact on my life of, you know, people, oh, I'll loan you $20 and pay you back Friday, and Friday comes and you don't get paid back. Hey, I need a new pair of Nikes because my old ones are something, and I'll pay you back, and they don't. And it's okay, but you just learn people who tell white lies soon become colorblind. And you know, I'm victim to it myself. You know, I try to always have the best intentions, but sometimes life gets wrapped up, or, you know, and I have good intentions, and it isn't that I'm purposely telling a white lie. It's just people who tell white lies soon become colorblind.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. The one that is more of a mobster saying, omerta, but I think it has a lot to do with our society and, you know, how I see the world. And how it goes is any man who appeals to the law above his fellow man is either a fool or a coward. Any man who cannot take care of himself without that law is both. For a wounded man shall say to his assailant, "If I die, you are forgiven." Such is the rule of honor. And I think that has a lot of meaning, especially that first part.
Yeah.
Any man who cannot take care of himself without the law, like, that's a very important thing. A lot of people, whether it comes to gun laws and stuff like that, you need to be able to protect yourself and your family.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And you also need to be able to protect your country.
Yeah. One book I always like to listen to is always The Art of War. I think it always has good things to insight on, different ways to look at things. One, I can't find it. Oh, it says, let your plans be dark and I don't know what the fuck that word is.
Let me see it. Let your plans be dark, impenetrable at night,
impenetrable.
and when you move, fall like thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it just has different quotes of You know, not even if you're trying to take over the world, but different ways to attack your day.
Yeah.
Small victories are better than trying to accomplish something huge. Something huge takes time and planning for. Small victories can be easy, you know, they can be sought in the distance and little things like that. So I don't know, those that I used to every day, but when I was moving, that's kind of something I wish I didn't let get away. But I would always like listen to motivational speeches, get me fucking ready to move something during the day. Like C.T. Fletcher, he's always one of my favorite ones. Yeah, there's just a lot of good quotes, honestly.
Dude, there's so many. I can bring up thousands that have really made my life a different. That Omuerta is the one I try and kind of live my life around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially as a father and a husband and such. You know, that's something I really feel and everything. And that's how I feel about people who don't take care of their own business or don't live by rules of honor.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot of people in this world that they don't live by what they say.
Yeah.
They're too afraid to talk about what they really want, how they really feel. And yeah, we might offend some people on this podcast. And some of you out there who probably aren't listening to the podcast because you probably hate Tej or you hate me because of stories you've heard about us or occasions we've been in with you and shit like that. But what you always got to understand is there's two sides to every person. And, you know, people like to spread rumors and change things. Like, dude, I'll be honest. I love hearing rumors about me because people will start talking about shit that I'm like, God damn, what did I do next?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I ain't heard that story, but apparently I'm the person who did it.
Yeah, well, I was just talking to a family member kind of about the same thing. Me and one of my family members don't see eye to eye because of some choices I've made in my life. And as I was explaining it to him, you know, at the end of the day, I'm the person that has to live with those consequences.
Yeah.
And if you want to be mad at me because I have to live with those consequences, really at the end of the day, like that's your problem. Like if you're going to hold a grudge at me because I made a mistake, at the end of the day, I'm the person that has to deal with those feelings at night. I have to go, you know, when I lay my head down, I'm just like everybody else. I think about things that I wish I could change or, you know, things I wish I did differently or I wish I wouldn't have been so fucking mad. I wish I could pull my head out of my ass. But I told them, like, they still hold a grudge over that. Like, I'm over it. Like, I have to deal with those feelings. I know that. I hope next time I make better decision. But even then, I said, I can't tell you I'll make a better decision because I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember getting out of jail, or while I was in jail, people would go to NA, and really at the end of the day, I would just go to them to get the fuck out of the cell block, you know, just something different. And I always remember people would always be like, I promise you, as soon as I leave jail, like, I'm not using drugs anymore. They'd always come back. Always. I swear to God, it was fucking clockwork. Well, they're like, hey, you mind sharing? I was like, no. They're like, well, do you think you're going to use when you get out? And I said, yeah, probably. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. Like, how could you say that about yourself? I was like, well, I don't have drugs in here. So it's real easy to say I'm not going to do drugs because I have no drugs. But when I get out and my homie's like, yo, want to twist a puddle? I don't know. I could sit here and tell you, yes, I'm not going to do that, but I don't know. Well, some time had went by and more people had said the same thing. They're, you know, this one kid, he was one of my really good friends. This motherfucker had me convinced he was never coming back. Motherfucker got lit out and was back 2 days later. And I was like, dude. Like, so I got out, you know, and I had slip-ups here and there. I'm not going to lie, you know, but ultimately I kind of got my shit together. I haven't been back to jail since, really. And that guy, he actually kicked me out of the NA group, told me I had to go back to my cell and stuff. Well, I was working at Maverick. It was probably like a year later. And he came up to the counter and he said, hey, you remember me? I said, yeah, I'd never forget you. And he said, you going on break soon? I was like, I can. And he was like, could I take 5 minutes of your time? I said, yeah, sure. So I walk outside and he says, hey, I just want to apologize to you. You know, out of everybody there, I gave you the hardest time, and you were the only one that was honest with me. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you were just honest. Like, you told me you didn't. He's like, are you clean? I was like, yeah. And he was like, but you sat there and told me you didn't know. I was like, well, I didn't. And I'm not going to sit here and just feed you bullshit because that's what we're supposed to do because we're in jail. And he was like, out of everybody, I thought you would fail. And out of everybody, you're the only one that succeeded.
Yep.
So like you say, sometimes you can't judge people because you don't know, you know? And I didn't know when I got out. Dude, I was getting free drugs. If I would drive the truck here, here's fucking $200 worth of dope. Who's going to turn that down?
Yep.
So it's, but then I got out, I had kids and, you know, little things that make you want to change your life, and you get a girlfriend and you like her and you don't want to lose her, you know. The old saying is when you go to jail, you don't lose your girl, you lose your turn. Well, I was tired of losing my turn.
Yeah, exactly. And dude, you know, something I'll fucking put on is thank God I'm in a good fucking relationship and I stay in a good relationship. Because when I am not with a good fucking woman, I am a motherfucking savage. I think about some of the shit I was doing when I was fucking single. And I was like, God damn. Like, it almost feels like a fucking different person was doing that shit. It really does. It's like, I might be changing a diaper and, hey, you want to watch Scooby-Doo? You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, that's the same dude who hit that dude in the head with the rock. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy how being in a situation with different individuals takes that out of you, where you don't have to be that person anymore. That person's still there, but you don't have to be that person when you walk out the door.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean? And just changing that scenery in your life can
Yep.
make a huge difference.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Fucking A. I think I got one more for you.
One more?
Yeah. Fucking. All right. What's the weirdest fear that you have? Or like the dumbest fear you have? Something that you're like, I don't know why the fuck I fear that shit, but it fucking freaks me the fuck out.
I guess heights.
Heights?
Yeah, like yesterday when I was snowboarding, we were in that gondola thing.
Uh-huh.
And like at first I was like, why isn't the gondola going up? And he's like, oh, maybe wind. I was like, oh yeah, like fucking wind matters. It ain't even fucking wind. And we got up there, and all of a sudden that fucker I was like, and all I could think was, fuck it, this bitch drops. Like, how am I going to like rearrange these bitches to hold them down to break my fall? And yeah, I would say that's like, I'm better about it now than when I was younger, but I really won't show it. If you were to like, if we're on like at Lagoon, if somebody lifts up the thing and starts bouncing, I'll fucking fight you. I will fight you over that. If you're in that thing, I will fucking I don't care. We're best friends. I'll throw hands with your motherfucking ass. You want to hang down? Don't touch me, motherfucker.
All right. Episode 4. Me and TJ go skydiving.
Nah, T's don't go skydiving. I ain't letting some dude fuck me on the back. None of that shit.
Oh, fuck.
At least tell me you love me.
Dude, the one I can't get over that I can't figure out why the fuck I'm afraid of it is fucking midgets.
Midgets?
Yeah, dude, midgets scare the fuck out of me. When they start walking at me and shit, it just freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah.
There was one at that worked at Walgreens, and like I'd go into Walgreens and get a drink and I'd be nice. But the one day, she started walking down the aisle real quick, and I fucking bolted, dude. I didn't pay for my drink or nothing. I just fucking ran out those doors.
I ain't gonna lie to you. There ain't never been a midget I've came across that I don't think I could fuck him up. Not 1 second. I was like, motherfucker, you even fucking test me. My foot's going so far upside your little ass head.
Dude, I can't even think about fighting a midget. I'm like, I know I can run faster than a midget, so I don't have... Dog, you got fight or flight. If I know I can flight away from your ass, we ain't fighting.
We ain't fighting.
That leg's too little. I can get out of that bitch. Fuck. Yeah, man. What do we got? Got no more fucking got to delete some more people off Snapchat, you know. They ain't want to fucking answer no questions. So if you're like, that's
Motherfuckers.
weird, why did Red delete me off Snapchat? Well, it's probably because you didn't you looked at the story, you didn't ask no questions. I didn't feel like you was a part of this shit. So there you go.
Yeah, y'all gotta get your motherfucking shit together, motherfuckers.
Hell yeah, this is motherfucking Rednt.
It's the motherfucking Rednt podcast, bitch.
Yeah, if y'all ain't putting on, we putting out. Fuck. I don't think I got any more questions. Let me hurry and check my notes real quick. I had some notes on my phone. I had some notes on the books. The room. Acid. What's that? Yeah, sounds good to me. Well, y'all know this has been the Rednt podcast. We appreciate every single one of you motherfuckers watching, listening, subscribing, and commenting. Please show your support. Get your friends, your family to like, subscribe, comment, and all that shit. And with that, motherfucker, we out.
We out with the Rednt podcast.